Namaskar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will show you how to create pivot table in Excel. Pivot table is an advanced feature of Excel. It is a data mining tool because it summarizes a large table into a small table, and the interpretation of data can be possible very easily. A pivot table in Excel is a table that summarizes data from a larger table by grouping individual values into categories. The summaries can include different statistical calculations such as average, sums, count, then mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc. Pivot tables are useful for analyzing, summarizing, exploring, and presenting data. Let us now see the steps to create pivot table. In this Excel sheet, there are 20 records of employees where department of the employees are mentioned, designations, and the salary amount. From this table, if we want to find out how many departments are available using pivot table, it can be done very easily and small table can be created. Similarly, if I want to see under each department what are the designations are available and how many employees are working using pivot table, that can be easily calculated and created. Let us see the steps. The step number 1. The step number 1 is to select the table. Here only 20 records present, but in some Excel sheet there could be 200 to 2000 records. So selecting the table by clicking, using mouse, by dragging the mouse is little tedious. So there is a shortcut for selection. Let me just tell you that. For selecting the table, what you can do, you click anywhere in the table, in any cell of the table, in any place. For example, here randomly I am clicking, and then you press from the keyboard Control key and A. Control and A, then the only press once, then only the table will be selected. If you press it twice, the whole sheet will be selected. So click anywhere in the table, press Ctrl A. The table will be only selected. This is the step number 1. Second step is that you click on the Insert tab. Insert tab is just after Home tab. Click on that, and on the ribbon in the extreme left of the ribbon, Pivot Table option is there. Just click on that and then Pivot Table. You find a small window. You just have to do OK. But before doing OK, let us understand what are the things mentioned here. The selection range is showing. So selection is important, which we have done in step number 1. And secondly, the new table, the pivot table, that will be created in new worksheet. You can create it in the existing worksheet, but you have to choose the location. But here we are choosing a new worksheet so that the original data will stay intact. So the second step is, after clicking Insert Pivot Table, we get this window and click on OK. Now the next step, that is the third step. Here we get a new sheet, and on the left hand side we get a structure of pivot table, and on the right hand side we can see all the fields of our original table. Below there are 4 boxes. These are report filter, column labels, row labels, and values. Values are for doing some calculations like count, sum, average, and all. Columns label and row label, we are here we can place the different fields as per our requirement. And if you need to see a particular amount of record, any particular criteria, then here in the filter we can mention that option. So first we create how many departments are present in the original table. So for that, how many departments are present, since the question for me is the how many departments are present. So here what I do, I will choose department field and I will place it in column label. And if I place it in column label, it will, all the departments will be shown in the columns in this way. So in the original sheet, we have only these four fields, only these four departments, sorry, accounts, admin, advertisement, and HR. So these are seen. If you place the department in row label, so it will come in the rows. Now, if I want to do the number of employees working under different departments, then we can bring employee name in values, then the count will be coming just after the department names. So from this row level, I can easily see there are four departments, okay? And here, if I want to see how many employees are working under each department, then I have to bring employee name or employee number under values, and we can see count of employee are showing. In accounts there are 6 employees are working, in under admin 2 employees are working, in advertisement 8 employees are working, and altogether grand total is 20. So from that large table we get this small summarized table, and it can give some result which can help me to interpret the data easily without doing any kind of manual calculations. We can also format this table, take a separate printout. Like here after selection, I can like change the color by going to home tab and then give some different shadings. In heading, I can give some different shadings. Font I can change, and finally I can take a printout also. Now this is just showing me the count of departments, and under departments how many employees are working. If I do not want to see the count of employees, I have to then click this count of employees from values box and drag it back to the previous place. So then I can just see in the row label the different departments are shown. Now if I bring again department in values, that also showing me how many employees are working under different departments. Now all this particular field, department name, these are text type data. So for that we can only do the count, and we cannot do mean, median, mode, and etc. But there are the options, okay, which are available by clicking on this drop down, this button, and click on value field settings, and sum, count, average, max, mean, product can be visible, but this cannot be applied on this particular field because this is a text value. Next, if I want to see under each department what are the designations available, then I have to, and under that uh, particular designations how many employees are working, then I have to bring designations again in under row column or column label. So I'm bringing it in row level, and I can see under accounts, these are the designation. Under MD, admin, these are the designation. Under advertisement, these are the designation. Under HR, these are the designation. Now if you want to get the count of employees, you can drag employee number, employee name, or any other fields. But if you drag these number fields like basic amount or dearness allowance amount, then here in place of count, sum will come. So you have to change it. So that I will show it after this. So for this, I'm just bringing employee name here. And then I can see under accounts department, there are 6 employees working. Under admin department, 2 employees working. Under advertisement department, 8 employees are working. And here 4 employees. And under each department, what are the designations and how many people, and the grand total is also showing at the end. So I have also formatted the table, and I can also take the printout of this table in a separate sheet. Let us now create another pivot table on the same table. Let us find out how much amount of salary is paid by the organization to the employees department wise. So we find that how much amount of salary is paid by the organization to the employees, but department wise cumulative. So for that we can create again another pivot table, and that can help us to interpret. So the step number 1, select the table. For that we click anywhere in the table and we press Ctrl key and A. The table will be selected. Step number 2 is click on Insert tab just beside Home tab, and on the ribbon left corner Pivot Table, and we get this small window, and we just click OK because the selection range is showing, and the pivot table will be created in the new worksheet. So we click OK, we get a new worksheet, and then as per our requirement or criteria, we place the field in row level, column level, and values. We here find out the total amount of salary paid by the organization to the employees department wise. So we choose department in row level. For calculating the sum of the salaries paid by the organization to the employees under department cumulative, then we bring gross salary under values. Because gross salary is a numeric field, so by default sum is coming. If anyone wants to calculate average or any other formula, then from the drop down menu it can be easily changed. Just beside sum of gross, there is a small triangle, the button is given. So if you click it, you can find the drop down menu, the last option value field setting. Under that you can find different functions available: max, mean, product, average. But here we are calculating the sum, so we are not changing. So here we just do it okay. So what then we can see, we get a small table, I mean pivot table, where based on the department, the total amount of money paid by the organization to the employees under account department is showing. Similarly, in admin department, the amount paid by the organization is showing, and so on. If here someone wants to see under different department in different different designated employees, what are the amount is paid by the organization, that also categorically can be shown. In the same table, this change can be done. Just we have to bring designation in row labels or column labels. I am bringing it on the row label, and it can be seen under accounts department. These designations are available: head accountant, junior assistant, senior assistant, and total amount is paid by the organization for this department is 5 lakh something. And categorically, if we want to see department wise how much, that also can be easily seen. So in this way, any data can be summarized and interpreted using pivot table. Thank you for watching. We meet in the next video.